Our relationship with Famas started way back in 2010 when they decided to acknowledge and give recognition for the advocacy films that I have done. They really appreciated that I was like the pioneer in a lot of the films that was meant to bring out socially relevant films, such as my film Tulak, the first drug addiction film with Rafael Rosell as lead. Then I had HIV, si Heidi, si Ivy at si V. And then that's about HIV awareness. The third film we made was about bullying, Larong Bata. The fourth is about health and nutrition, Filimon Mamon. And then also about the environment, entitled Pinoy Scout. And the last film is about EDSA. It is a film we made in commemoration of 30 years after the EDSA revolution. So, to answer your question, matagal na kaming magkakilala. And then, siguro nakita nila yung puso ko coming to do advocacy films. So, they asked me if I wanted to produce the awards night. And initially, I said no, kasi wala akong alam dyan. And then, eventually, I felt, maybe I should give it a try. If I could really improve and make it better, why not? I would say it would be Nico and Kira. They are my two kids. I believe I owe it to them to come out with work that is something I am proud of and they could be proud of. They inspire me always, to take the challenge. Kasi they can see me. If you can't hide, you can't hide who you really are to your children. We live in the same home. They know, what if I say something in it and if I live it through. So yeah, they set the standard for me, the peg of the person that I want to be, which is a better person in any way I can. I owe it to my kids. Napaka-simple. Kasi sanay na ako sa trabaho kong distribution. That's my business. I've been distributing for over 30 years, 35 years. So, I know it very well. Sanay na sanay ako. But when I came into this project of Famas, talaga nanibago ako. Parang, imagine first day of college is also the first day of work. You're studying and working at the same time. And hindi mo talaga alam, I must admit, ang dami kong natutunan. Oh yeah, of course. Kay Dennis, the one thing that impacted me with Direct Dennis Marasigan was that, syempre, bago to, no, talagang kabadong-kabado. I had so many fears, but then, here he is, he comes and like, wala yan, kayang-kaya. It's like, what are you worrying about, Donna? And hawak na niya yung production. And then every time I'm like, I have a problem. I don't know what to do. And he'll say, kaya yan. Like, the souvenir programs, like anything, parang minamani lang niya. So yeah, it was so nice to have him on board the production, on board the Famas team. Kasi, sanay na, he's an expert. Okay? And then with Ricky Lee, wow, with all his accomplishments, he's so soft-spoken. He hardly talks. I mean, for somebody who has done over 150 of his screenplay put on film, 150, and he's so calm. But what I like with Ricky, he's very firm on what he wants and what he expects. And when we agreed on this, talagang he wanted my commitment, that I can promise him the changes, because otherwise he doesn't want to be part of the team unless I can live up to the commitment. So yeah, they're two very different people, but both of them are experts in the film and in the industry. They're experts. Well, I want to be financially viable this time. No, kidding aside. Um, we learned a lot. So yes, there will be changes. I think we will focus on maybe more on the marketing and more on the awards night kasi we were more focused on behind the scenes and more on the integrity of the jury and the selection. I think now we will focus on one part na medyo napabayaan or I neglected. My ultimate dream is what we started. It's just the beginning. I do not wish that after all the effort we put in, not only mine, everyone, na sana hindi mawala, hindi mamatay. I just hope it will grow on, and keep on growing and to reach what it was meant to be. Cinematic excellence, recognition of Philippine cinematic excellence. There are many reasons, but I will name three. First, because it's the oldest. Not only the oldest in the Philippines, it's the oldest and the first. It is the second in Asia, second to Japan. Secondly, Famas still has the brand. It has the brand name. It's the recall. Thirdly, I believe that Famas, hopefully with our group, will maintain the integrity that it was intended to have from the very beginning, meaning recognizing and giving awards to those who truly deserve them. Oh, if I compare to the film, no, yun lang ang pwede sa industriya, na film industry, I would say that ang comparison ko lang was when I made the films, when I produced films. I have done 6. The difference is, as a producer of these 6 films, I'm really producer and executive producer. I'm really in control, and control freak ako eh. I mean, you hired a script writer. Of course, everything else is collaborative, but in the end, ikaw ang final call. I make the final decisions. In Famas, oh my gosh, it's different. I would divide it into 3, and even in each 3 departments, they're complicated. The first would be the jury and selection. I had to hire Ricky Lee to head that, to head the jury and selection of all the films, and they have to view all the films. Last year, it was 130 something films. All the jury members had to do that. So, isang side yan. Yung pangalawang side is the production, the awards night itself. Walang katutura. I mean, ano ba naman yung selection kung wala naman yung grand awards night? Famas is Famas. So, we had to live up to the glamour, the glitz and the glamour. And then the third is the marketing. Na, kakaiba pala yan. Talagang ibang-iba yung marketing in television and in print, etc. So these are 3 departments that are complex in its own department. Tapos i-collaborate mo for one night. That's one night na parang, okay, I'm just glad I survived it. During the awards night, I would say, yung in memoriam, I really like that. Kasi, in the midst of all of this, nakalimutan ko yung production number nun eh. But that was the time kasi I found myself, kasi I was on the backstage running around, except that time, hindi ko napansin, I sat down in the audience. I was so tired. And then it was an in memoriam. And it really touched me, not only because of the perfect number. It was perfect. The 2 singers, the song, the video being played. And I saw all the people who was once part of this industry gone. And I said, this is what Famas is all about. Recognizing these icons. Kasi ang daming big names na nawala. We lost them last year. And so that was very memorable. And also, when Miss Charo Santos, I noticed, she was sitting, syempre VIP si Miss Charo Santos. Pero midway, she asked to stay in the backstage. And I said, huwag niyo paupuin dyan kasi gulo-gulo sa backstage. Pero she wanted, and she was just sitting on a bench talking to the people in the backstage. And I could see, I was watching her while she was watching everyone. Her eyes, you know, she producer talaga. Tinitignan niya yung intestines, yung in the background. I like that, you know. These are the things I like to see. Well, I'm very proud of our decision to make a change for Famas 2018. And not only the decision, but to really commit to it, which we did. I'm very proud of that. And I want to continue with that commitment. It's not easy, but I'm proud of that. Goodness and kindness. That inspires me. Yung random acts of goodness and kindness. You know, it's sad because that should be the norm. Being good, being kind should be the norm. God created us that way, but it's so few and far between. You know, when I'm driving along in Metro Manila or wherever, to see an old poor man, walang makain, tapos pinibigyan pa niya yung kasama niyang aso. Or seeing a teenager, you know, pause and helping an old person cross the street. Hindi na nakikita yung mga yan eh. You ride the bus. I would give up my seat for an older person. A man wouldn't. Which is really sad. And the moment you do that, you think, yung man na katabi mo, gagawin yun. They don't. You know, dead na. I think that inspires me. Kasi few and far between yan. Or somebody picking up yung tinapon na basura. Tinapon na ganyan. Yung nasa likod ang kukuha at maglalagay sa basurahan. That inspires me. I thought, no, don't worry, I thought 10 times or maybe more if I would, you know, get into this. But I always think kasi that when God puts something in your plate, there's a reason eh. Bakit niya binigay? Actually, I said no the first and second time eh. But then it was brought back eh. And I said, these are my conditions if you will accept me to produce this. Eh, pumayag. So I said, God, ano ba talaga? Baka ano bang plano mo? In the end, you know, I want to make a difference. In my small way, I want to make a difference. If I can make it better, improve on it, why not? Nandyan eh. Di ko naman hiningi eh. Di ko hinabot. Binigay sa akin eh. So to answer that, I'd like to make a difference whenever I can. Well, I'd want to say, kasi syempre when I got this very daunting task to refurbish, rebrand, I don't want to say fix, but you know, improve on it. Everybody said, why? No. Lot negative, no.
Of course, you cannot please everybody.
I know. You're right. Mm-hmm. I can't, but I felt that all the more I think I was challenged. I wanted to prove, why not? If you say, why, my question is, why not? Why can't I change it? So what I want the people to know now is that Famas, every award given by Famas this 2018 and the next 2 years, kasi 3 years ko hawak to, whoever receives the awards deserves the award. They have earned it because of their skill, their talent, their effort that they put into it. They deserve every Famas trophy for the next 3 years. That is something I'd like the organization to know, the people to know. So, and also the industry. I really wish that all those who won the award this year, that they realize the effort put in to make it happen. I know they put in the effort, but sana makita din nila the effort for us to make it a point that yung karapat-dapat na makakuha ng award, nakuha nila.